Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. This is your girl, DaniEmpowers, and I'm excited to come before you today. Listen, it's been one of those days, guys. And I thank God for good friends that always encourage you to push forward, even when the going gets tough. You got to keep going because people are dependent on empowerment and encouragement. And so welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays, where I empower you through words of wisdom and affirmation. We are simulcasting on Facebook and Instagram today. If you haven't affirmed yourself today, let's do so right now. I am powerful. I am gifted. I am intelligent. I am smart. I make the right decisions. I can change the world. Listen, guys, this past 7 days has been intense. This has not just been something that we've been experiencing on a local level, but this is something on a global scale. We were already in a state of pandemic and the coronavirus and so many things going on as far as the health, right? And now we are battling an ongoing fight with inequality, justice, and race. And so wherever you find yourself, I'm praying and hoping that you are staying active, you are staying engaged, and you are making a difference where you can. So, today, our word of wisdom is passion. Last week, we talked about love, right? And I wanted to stay on that vein. Listen, guys, the kind of day that I had today, I was like, I don't know if I can come on live. I had to text a friend and they were like, listen, you got to push through. And so we're here. And so we're talking about passion today. Listen, have you ever been passionate about something? Have you ever had an experience where you are so passionate, be it about a movie or, a specific food or a place? Passion is one of those things that drive our life. Wherever your passion flows, usually your interests go. And so today we're going to be talking about passion. And I did a live this past week. Shout outs to Daphne Valson and the Wave Makers. Thank you for having me on. And we talked about the importance of pursuing your passions immediately. And as we look at what's going on in the world and how we're all affected by what's happening, pursuing your passion is very important and very pivotal to shifting what's happening in the world. You have to be passionate about something. Are you passionate about justice? Are you passionate about fighting for the voiceless? Are you passionate about health reform? Are you passionate about changing the lives of children? It's time to really get focused on your passion. And the points that I talked about during the week was, why is it important to pursue your passions immediately? And number one is, you are able to touch the world. You're able to make a ripple on your community. Once you tap into what makes you passionate, you're able to impact others. Two, you are able to have a sense of fulfillment. A lot of times we have dreams, goals, and aspirations, and we don't fulfill them. And oftentimes we feel a sense of shoulda, coulda, woulda. A lot of people are protesting in different forms. People are making signs, donating to organizations. People are donating to companies that are bailing individuals who have been arrested. Listen, there is a level of fulfillment when we are engaged. And so this is why we're talking about passion today. And so, like I said, number one, when we operate in our passion immediately, we're able to help our community. Two, we're able to have a degree of self-fulfillment. where we feel like we're not just standing still and letting the world pass us by. We're actually engulfed in our reality and participating in that. And 3, there's earning potential there when we tap into our passions. Listen, I was speaking to a friend and I was like saying that, June needs to be a month where we pursue our goals relentlessly. And when we pursue our goals, so many people are impacted by them. It's a ripple effect. For example, if you want to protest right now, and I'm going to be talking about a little bit about what's going on in the world, but if you want to protest right now, you don't want to go into the streets and do so, but you have a business, and maybe it's a minority-owned business, a black-owned business that wants to donate proceeds to helping people who are on the front lines. That is a benefit of pursuing your passion. Whether you're baking cookies, whether you're making clothes, whether you are babysitting, listen, you are making a difference through the earning power of your passion. And so there you have it, the 3 top reasons why I want to implore you today to pursue your passions immediately. Number 1, you're going to affect your community. You're going to impact your community. 2, you are going to have a sense of fulfillment. 3, there is earning power when you pursue your passion. Now let's talk about passion as it relates to fighting for justice and inequality. And, if you're a believer, you know that a lot of these things are the prerequisites to things wrapping up. To say it in those words, there is a momentum going on here that is about to usher in something great. And so pursuing your passion in this time of pandemic, and also in this time where so many people are losing their lives, and also people are fighting for a cause. What is your passion? What are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Are you staying indifferent? Or are you engaged in the fight that's going on? Now, you might say, well, I can't necessarily go on the front line. You might say, I can't necessarily make a sign. I can't necessarily donate. Well, I don't know where to start. We got to get passionate about the things that affect us as a people, right? And so I have a couple things here. Connect with an organization that is doing the work. Connect with an organization that is doing the work. Do your research. Do your research. We have organizations like Color of Change, which is always doing different petitions. And you can sign a petition. You can even connect with them to find out what organizations are actually doing a protest where you can attend. We cannot be passive. When we're pursuing our passions, passivity is not part of pursuing your passion. Okay? Supporting black-owned businesses. Supporting black-owned businesses. Or even starting your own business that helps funds stay in the community, and it also allows you to use your proceeds to benefit those that are in need right now, right? Support black-owned businesses. There are a lot of businesses who are black-owned who need the support right now. Also, voting, right? We know that the primaries have started in many states. Some people don't have the passion for politics, but guess what? That's what moves our lives forward, getting involved. And so voting is important. You might say, well, I vote. What about rallying individuals to vote and not having a passive approach to what is basically the key to shifting this thing here, right? Volunteering with your local officials. That's huge. All right? Take an active part in tagging into someone who is making a change and whose voice is maybe higher than yours. Who knows? But guess what? It's time to tag in, volunteer with maybe a local official that you are following on Facebook or Instagram that is passionate. DM them. Find out, how can I help? I have a group of friends that want to participate in whatever you're doing to push the agenda of equality. Okay? So today we're talking about passion, right? And we're talking about how to make a difference. There's a great organization that I found on the Urban League site, and that's the Florida Justice Center. The Florida Justice Center is the nucleus of a lot of what's going on. Tap into them. Find them on Facebook. DM them. If you're in the state of Florida, that is. But find out what justice centers are fighting for justice in your community. The Urban League. Urban League is a national organization that has different chapters. If you're in Miami, there's a Broward, there's Miami. Listen, tap into them. They are on the pulse of everything going on as it relates to this movement that we all should be engaged in. Okay? Now, there's many organizations in South Florida, such as BPN, the Black Professionals Network. We have Avancé Ensemble. We have so many different organizations in South Florida that are keeping their pulse on the movement that we are all wanting to be a part of and should be a part of actively in one way or another, guys. And so today our word is passion. What are you passionate about? What do you need to get excited about, especially during this time? It's not the time to take a passive approach. Organizations like the NAACP, who have been continuously fighting for the rights of colored people, all right, of black people. And so get connected with these organizations. And if not, if anything, start your own. Posting is important, right? Staying aware of what's happening in the news, keeping your pulse on the hashtags and the movements that are going on right around you, posting, sharing, being aware, knowing your rights. All of these things take part in being passionate about your life and passionate about the lives of those around you and keeping the legacy of the lives that have been lost during this time of unrest and violence. It's time for us to find our voice. You know, you may have been someone who does not find passion in things like this, right? Or you don't have passion at all. You're kind of the person that's like, I'm just living. I'm just out here just doing my thing. Listen, this is affecting all of us. And so now is the time to find your voice in this. Now is the time not to just take a passive approach and say, well, you know, I'm just going to wait till this passes over so I can get back to life. This is life. This is life. And so today I implore you, I encourage you, I empower you to get passionate about the movement that's happening right now. Listen, the kind of day that I had, y'all, if I start from A to Z, you'd be like, what? And you all here live? But there's power in community, and there's power in accountability as well. So some of you guys may not know where to start. We talked about petitions. We talked about volunteering. And I'm also wanting to talk about boycotting, right? A lot of organizations we're finding out that they're funding causes that are detrimental to the movement of progress and of equality. And so we're boycotting a lot of companies that have taken a stance against positive progress. So it's time for us to boycott, yes, protest, and rally. And you and only you know what area you can help in. Don't feel powerless in this moment. Because when we pursue our lives with passion, we're never powerless. Passion is like a fire that burns within. And once you tap into that fire, you know, you can ablaze the world. And so as the world right now is protesting, boycotting, rallying for justice and equality, where do your passions lie? What can you do today? You can post, you can boycott, you can protest, you can rally, you can volunteer, you can educate yourself, know your rights, share with other people, and rally others to do the same. Because guess what? When we tap into our passions, lives are changed. When we tap into our passions, things shift. And that's what we're calling for, a shift. So whatever you can do, if you don't know what that is yet, I challenge you to find out and take an active role in doing so. Today's Wisdom Wednesday was a little different. And to tell you the truth, it almost didn't happen. But we laugh oftentimes to keep from crying. And we have to push through this moment. You know, a lot of us have heavy hearts. I'm in that number. As I'm looking at posts and figuring out what can I do, you know, to stay motivated, stay empowered, and stay in that space of progress, you got to tap into passion. And so I thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. Listen, you have the power. You have the passion to push past what's going on. Tap into your network. Tap into your creativity. Tap into your unlimited, boundless imagination and create some kind of method, some kind of movement, or even join one that will propel us into a better place. Right now, so many people's hearts are heavy. There's a level of pain and hurt that is unexplainable. So it's time for us to take action. Find out how you can do so. Meditate on that. It's going to come to you. But thank you so much for joining me today for Wisdom Wednesdays. I'm your girl, DaniEmpowers. Connect with me on all social media networks and definitely stay passionate about the things that will change the world. So stay fly, stay blessed. Until next time.